Hi there, it's Nick Dutch here yet again. I've been asked by a good YouTuber who follows my videos, or at least watches them, or some of them anyway, to differentiate between hypnotism, prayer, and meditation. I think we can differentiate between these things quite simply without thinking too much about them. Hypnotism is usually done between two people. You got the hypnotist and you got the person being hypnotized. The hypnotic state cannot be enforced upon the person being hypnotized, apart from possibly if brainwave entrainment in the form of rhythmic beats or binaural beats is being used, because that will actually have an effect upon the brain. Naturally, the hypnotic effect works better if the person being hypnotized has their eyes closed and is in a state of relaxation and a state of faith and trust. So it's not completely without its flaws. You cannot control all the states of mind of an individual. The person you're hypnotizing has to have some kind of desire to be hypnotized and go through the experience. Okay, now hypnotism can also happen with some kind of pre-recorded system, such as a CD or audio cassette, if you're old like me, okay? Which will have the voice of the hypnotist in it. The use of words within a hypnotic experience could, in theory, work a lot better if they're done in the manner of neurolinguistic programming. So read up about neurolinguistic programming if you're interested in making hypnosis tapes, CDs, and the rest of it, and more efficient and effective. Self-hypnosis is something a little more difficult to define because it can occur at moments of all the states of consciousness, or conditioning of sorts can occur in your ordinary or regular state of waking consciousness. Deliberate self-hypnosis would overlap with meditation. Meditation would normally be done by the individual alone. Normally, I mean, there are of course group meditation sessions, but that would overlap with other forms of social activity. I mean, I'm explaining this from a less social activity point of view, maybe something that one or two people would do rather than a whole group. Meditation can just mean contemplation and reading through, let's say, I know the Book of Proverbs, by example, and just thinking about what the phrases mean, and maybe using your creative thought processes to try and analyze what the things in the Book of Proverbs, by example, would actually mean to you in reality. Is that the only form of contemplative exercise? Basically, no. The type of meditation that I do is a variety of transcendental meditation, in which case I would use a mantra, which is words which I would say again and again and again. I would repeat them, and I would often try and make my breathing rhythmic to help. Alright? Sometimes if I'm with other people or whatever, I would just repeat the words inside my mind and try and keep my attention on the words, which can be difficult. You realize how much your mind can dart about left, right, and center when you're trying to control it with a mantra. Alright? Prayer can be done socially, but it can also be done non-socially. With both prayer and meditation, the words that you use and the concepts that you use in your prayer and meditation will have an impact or an effect upon your state of mind, your mood, and will therefore have slightly different types of results. When one is doing prayer, it's normally with the assistance of concepts such as higher powers, angels, archangels, God, goddess, whatever, and some kind of connection with them. It is helpful to use a visualization at times if your meditation can be deep enough and you can develop enough faith in the meditation. Good types or beneficial types of meditation can be based upon chakra symbolism. For instance, a beam of brilliant white light descending and piercing the top of your head. That can give you some very powerful personal experiences if you do enough of it. And if you incorporate that in prayerful exercise, that would be good. With both meditation and prayer, you typically have some kind of posture which you would normally do to assist you in the exercise, such as kneeling or being cross-legged in the yoga type position, for instance. Now, how do they overlap with magic? Well, in terms of trying to get a results from anything of a supernatural nature or an attempt to be supernatural cannot really be promised. Occultists and New Agers and pagans and all the rest of that and Wiccans do say things like, it works. Well, basically, what a heap of shit. Where's the scientific survey? Where's a proper stratified sample that you've done which can prove that results occur? To what percentage of likelihood can you guarantee your results? Has anyone actually done this work? No, basically no, apart from possibly in the case of remote viewing, as I pointed out in the videos on remote viewing. If you haven't seen those, go to my channel, go to the the list of videos and search for remote viewing and watch them, and then get my point, basically. When a person is doing what they would call magic, they are attempting to reach a meditative state of mind that some people call gnosis. I think it's closer to the state of mind of prayer, which is why it's interesting that Aleister Crowley used the words inflame thyself with prayer when he's talking about reaching the ideal state of mind to do anything of an apparently supernatural nature. I think it's all down to the state of mind of prayer, and you can learn to experience it and learn to hit the right note with prayer through doing an awful lot of prayer and making sure it's reverent and tranquil. If you don't believe in God, make one up. Literally make one up. Make up your own fucking religion. Don't go for it. It doesn't matter. Make up your own higher power and stick with it. Try and expand it and make it more mystical, because if you expand the ideas that you're using, you're more likely to have a more expanded set of conceptions and experiences when you're doing your exercise of sorts. So practice with meditation to learn a focused state of mind, incorporate visualization, make it prayerful, and then try and do something weird with it just for the hell of it. Because if there is any real reasons to do this shit, it's mainly for laugh, for fun, for strange experiences, and that's it. There is no proof. Doesn't matter if God himself was to come down and stand next to me and say, hi there, I'm God. That would still not prove his existence conclusively. Alright. Nick Dutch signing out for now. It's late, I'm tired. Chill out. Have a great day.